first time I've ever forgotten to include an ingredient on one of the dishes. So this morning I woke up and I had this thing in my brain to do this. So I'm going to be making one of my favorite, I guess you can call it, I'm not sure if you can call it dessert, but I really love this dish. Discovered it when I was a kid, I guess, growing up in the Philippines. But I actually adjusted it down to its basics, and I prefer it that way. Although you can add more ingredients to it, and a lot of people have become very creative with this dish. Tonight, we are making Filipino-style macaroni chicken salad. So to avoid making this video longer than it needs to be, I already pre-cooked much of the main ingredients. So I already boiled my macaroni. It's ready to go. I also went ahead and cooked my chicken and also hand shredded the chicken. So I know what you're saying, John, how come you just don't go to the store, get some canned chicken and use those? Well, first of all, I really believe in fresh ingredients, and I think fresh ingredients make for a better dish and it'll taste better, right? You may be able to get away with canned chicken or chicken that's been pre-cooked elsewhere, but what I find with those particular pre-made, pre-roasted, pre-baked chickens that you buy at the store, they already have some sort of spices. When you make salad with them, yes, again, another one, you can get away with it, but I just don't like the taste personally. But me, part of the ritual is boiling the chicken and also hand shredding it. And what I like is I am able to put as much or as little salt as possible and skip all the other spices as compared to the chicken that you buy in the store. So again, as I mentioned, the main ingredients are already done. I'm just gonna put this to the side over here. What we're also going to need is some mayonnaise. So I have that here. Also some pineapple. Now this is totally up to you. I prefer my pineapple in chunks. I love the bigger pieces, the chunk pieces. Some people may like the crushed pineapples. Also, I like my pineapples in heavy syrup because I don't add any extra sugar to this dish. I actually add a little bit of salt towards the end, but I don't add sugar. I don't make it, I don't go out of my way to make it sweet. That's why I use the heavy syrup pineapple, because it already has the sweetness that I like. Also, just to give this dish a little bit of tang, I'm going to be using just a little bit of onions, not too much. And also, the last ingredient that I like to incorporate is my own twist on this particular dish, and that is an apple. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be chopping this into bite-sized pieces. Again, this is optional, but having the apples in there gives it a little bit of crunch. So the first thing that you really need to do with this dish is to make your macaroni, right? The reason for that is you want to cool this down as much as possible. You don't want to mix this all together, having some hot or very, very warm macaroni. What happens is the mayo loses its consistency if it touches a hot product. So what we have right now is just throw the macaroni in here. So when you cool down your macaroni, you're going to notice that it starts to stick together. The easiest way to unstick the macaroni from each other is to just throw some mayo in there and start mixing. Just mix this in so you won't have a problem later on when you mix in the other ingredients. And at this point, if you want to, you can add in the chicken. So we have our shredded chicken. Go ahead and add it here, like so. So what I did was I boiled the chicken. So what I used are a quarter chicken legs. You can use breast as well, but since I had the chicken quarters, I decided to use that. It has more flavor anyway. It's dark meat, so it works very well in the salad. So as you can see, we'll probably add some more mayo a little later on, but let me go ahead and prepare the other ingredients. Alright, while the pineapples are draining, let's go ahead and peel our apples. You can leave the skin on if you want. I prefer to take the skin off. Okay, we got our apples finished up. Just throw it all in there. So we got our apples in here. We can go ahead and incorporate our pineapple, which is basically our last ingredient. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some more. It looks a little dry, so I'm gonna add some more mayo to this. I'm gonna switch positions because I don't want to be on my chopping block or over here because it seems to be moving around. Let me move over to the other side. All right, so I moved over here by the sink. A little more wiggle room, so to speak. So I know earlier I mentioned that a lot of people have their own take on this recipe. Some recipes I've seen included raisins. Also, some recipes have beets for color. And some people I think put cheese in there, but first of all, I'm not really into cheese that much. Once in a while, but I can do without cheese. That's for any dish, right? I'm not really a cheese lover. So, but hey, if you like it, by all means incorporate it into your macaroni salad if you want. So I did mention that I'm going to add a little bit of onions to this, just so there's some a little bit of tang. It gives it that kind of oniony aroma flavor to it, which I think a lot of people like. So let me go ahead and chop up some onions, just a little bit, and then we'll add it to the mix. Okay, so let's add our onions. Got our onions in here. There you go. And that's all you need right there. So let's go ahead and give this a good mix again. Let's go ahead and give this a little taste, along with the pineapple. It's not bad, but I think it needs just a little bit of salt. So let's I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit here. Perfect. So guys, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Actually kind of late now. It's about 9:30 p.m. I'm still making this. Again, one of my favorite dishes, one of my favorite versions of macaroni salad. There are a few, right? You have the American type macaroni salad. I've also had the Hawaiian. For those of you guys from Hawaii or have been to Hawaii and have eaten the plate lunches in Hawaii, they have their own version of macaroni salad as well. This again is the Filipino version. So I hope you guys learned this little technique. Hope you try it. I promise you it's really, really good. I mean, it may take a little getting used to with the ingredients, with the pineapples in there, and the apples. Again, that's just my twist. But I promise you guys, it's really, really good. So again, thank you for hanging out with me. This is John, Foodie A1C. Again, good night from the lockdown. I'll see you guys soon on another video. Peace. I am out. First time I've ever forgotten to include an ingredient in one of the dishes. So, yes, I made the macaroni salad last night, but I failed to put in my pickle relish. It's actually one of the ingredients that I like to include. I guess this is optional, but I like it in this dish. It gives it a little, makes it a little more tangy. You have that sweet, sour, salty flavor, and it makes the dish a little bit more whole. So I'm including it this morning.